Pisces, Pisces, my lovely Pisces. Here we go. Thank you to all of you who have liked and subscribed to the channel. It means such a lot because it just really helps as I'm trying to rebuild the channel from scratch yet again. So thank you to all of you. And we're going to get started. This is a general reading. Remember, just take what resonates. Spirit want me to get on with it. Here we are. Pisces. We start with a great adventure. Exciting. Exciting. Let's see where this takes us. We have valiant courage. We have open your heart to joy. Oops. Oh my word. Pisces, Pisces, what are we doing? You know I'm a Pisces also, so if I say we, that's why. This is so exciting. And on the bottom, we have savor your life. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Our spirit supporting us to have a good time. Looks like it, Pisces. We start with a great adventure. Spirit are encouraging you, Pisces, to take a risk and venture forward. If there's something you've been hesitant about, a bit scared about trying, a bit worried about, this is your time to take a deep breath, as we would say in the UK, put your big girl pants on. If you're a boy, I apologise, but, you know, big pants also. But this is about you taking that deep breath, taking that step forward and taking a bit of a risk. Interesting energy there. I can't wait to see what the tarot tell us about that. Seriously, because that is a very clear message. What I like about this card is that we have this magnificent galleon here. I don't know that it's a galleon exactly because it's only like got one sail, but it kind of gives galleon vibes because of the frontage here. But look at this galleon sailing through choppy waters, but they're taking the risk and they're moving forward. Fabulous. Can't wait to see what that's about. Let's see. They're really sending us this message because they're saying you may need to be extra courageous at the moment, Pisces. Take this action with passion. You know, they've just said to me, keep your eye on the prize. This is very much about you deciding what you want the outcome to be, deciding on where you want to be, how you want it to be, and just going for it, Pisces. Wow, is that a strong message? No wonder they directed me to this set of cards today, because this is a very, very definite message coming through. They want you to have more fun, you know? Sometimes as a Pisces, I think we deal with so many heavy emotions and, you know, we're often empaths. We're often so deep in our intuition that we forget to be joyful and silly and have fun along the way. So Spirit really want you to focus on, you know, life being lighter, life being happier, just, you know, enjoying the experience and the journey and the outcome of whatever this adventure is going to be for you. And to labour the point even more, we have faraway places. It says get ready for new horizons. Now, for some of you, that will be a holiday destination. Look at this beautiful destination. I'm not sure if that's Chinese or Japanese or I'm not sure, but it looks fantastic. And, you know, this is really about being out of your comfort zone, maybe for some of you. But it is, for some of you, it will be travel to somewhere you've not been before. It may be a move. It could be a house move. It doesn't need to be an exotic location. Yes, it says far away, but you may be moving to, you know, another county in the UK or another state in you know, the USA, or whatever it means for you. You know, if it's further away than normally you would be, that's your adventure, you know, new horizons. But also that can mean, you know, trying something new. You know, it could just be taking on some sort of new course, something you've not done before. It's something just a completely new experience for you, you know, changing a job. Could be any of those things. Whatever it is, Spirit really want you to enjoy it. They've already told us to have fun, you know, and enjoy things. We have passion and pleasure here. Savor your life. So whatever this new experience is, they really want you to feel it. They really want you to experience it. They really want you to have pleasure from that experience. Funny that underneath this card, at the bottom of the deck, we had begin now, take your first step. Wow. I'm loving this. This is such lovely, exciting energy. But it's not excitable I'm not feeling excitable in a nervy way either. It just feels like something really lovely, Pisces, that's opening up an opportunity for you. But Spirit is saying, don't sit back and wait for the opportunity. Take this risk and push it forward yourself, Pisces. You know? Right, I'm going to use, just because we're having an adventure, this tarot deck. This isn't a deck I use very often, but since we're into risk taking and since I'm also a Pisces, we're going to do it. Bear with me. Oh, just a drink of water. Okay, so with Pisces, please. What do we see? Tell us about this risk, Stuart. What, Stuart? Who's Stuart? Does anybody know a Stuart? I know a Stuart, but does anybody else know a Stuart? Because I don't know where that came from. But if you have a Stuart in your life, they could be significant in the steps forward that you're taking. Let me know in the comments down below if that resonated with you. How interesting. Here we go. King of Swords. Wow. I love that. If you're taking a risk, having a King of Swords energy within you is fantastic. King of Swords has that clarity. It's quite calculating, you know, figures things out, but works it all out. Very head-led, you know. So very good at thinking things through, you know, looking at the fine detail of things, seeing things quite logically, analysing things. So when it comes to taking a risk, you know, be assured that you're having King of Swords energy to help you calculate that risk and make the right choice for you, Pisces. That's a great king to have along. Let's see. And again, please, what next for Pisces? Thank you. Oh, wow, the kings are out in force. We have the King of Cups. Valiant courage, take action with passion. Half expected to see the King of Wands there, but we have the King of Cups. It may be that for some of you, you keep these plans to yourself. You may have some ideas that you want to keep to yourself. The King of Cups is very nurturing, looks after those around him, very family minded, very loving, you know. But there's something here with the combination of these two kings and the cards that are behind them. There's something here about you protecting your ideas, your plans, the way you're approaching things. There's something about just being kind to yourself, but protecting those ideas from any interference is what I'm getting. That's interesting because that hasn't come out yet. But there's something here about, there's a journey here. I've just noticed there's a boat there. And they've just said mindfulness. So Spirit are saying, you know, live very much in the moment. do what feels right. Do, you know, make sure that the plans that you're making meet both your heart and the needs of your head. I said that totally the wrong way around. But you know, this is very much about you thinking a thought, but thinking, actually, how will I feel about that? Yes, I'm going to take a risk. It's going to be calculated. So we're going to be okay. We're going to be safe. But I'm going to make sure that also I'm okay. So you may make some contingency plans along the way, you know, to make sure that you feel emotionally grounded. I'd love to know what this is. If you're planning an adventure, Pisces, please let us know. That's incredible. Thank you, Spirit. These cards are taking a while. We have the Knight of Swords. Fast-moving energy. Yeah, they want you to have valiant courage there. Knight of Swords is valiant. Doesn't always think things through carefully, but, you know, is... He likes to move through things with fast speed. One of the fastest, well, in fact, it is the fastest moving knight. You know, he goes for what he wants and rushes forward. Look at this. He's got equipped with his crossbow. I don't know what he's planning on doing here, but he's rushing forward to get on his bike to start his new adventure. So interesting that he shows up in this reading. They want you to enjoy it. They want you to be courageous, to push forward, you know, and take a bit of a risk, to experience new things. They're not saying put yourself in danger, because we have the King of Cups here. Remember to make sure that this feels right, it feels safe, and it feels good to you. So we're not at all saying anything about taking huge risks that put you in danger of any sort. But the Knight of Swords doesn't always think things through. They do rush into situations. So here we have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is showing up just to put the anchor on a little bit, because the page is at the beginning of something that brings some sort of stability, maybe brings a little bit of financial help. But also the Page of Pentacles likes to slow things down and learn the process along the way, you know. So you may need to check out some, like an itinerary for a trip you're going on. You may need to double check it and not just rush into it. That will help you avoid any problems and enable you to enjoy your journey, basically. Did we have detail here? No, we didn't. Must have been the previous reading. Eight of Pentacles. Again, nice to see Pentacles cards, because they do add some stability to a situation, you know. But with the 8, you know, you've checked all those boxes. I think you're going to do that anyway, Pisces. I can't see you rushing in. You may have a tendency to want to, but I do think you're going to pull it back a little bit. We see you here attending to the detail of a situation, making sure you've got everything in place before you venture forth on whatever this adventure is for you. And as I said, it doesn't have to be a traveling type scenario. It can just be you starting a new project and having all these emotions and that applying to that situation for you. Anything that you're taking a risk with, whatever this is, it could be the beginning of something that brings you some financial abundance. If it doesn't bring you financial abundance, it brings you the stability I was just talking about. I said, didn't I? It's lovely to have so many pentacles in this scenario because they have a stabilizing, grounding influence. And look at this Ace of Pentacles. That is a beautiful card, because the roots you're putting down now will form the stability in this new beginning moving forward, Pisces. Wow. You see, when I look at that, exciting as the adventures are, and some of you will be going on some fabulous adventures by the looks of it, You know, when I look at my scenario, I've got back into YouTube. I've restarted my YouTube channel. You know, I had to get the balance between knowing what was right for me, but also emotionally feeling ready to be able to come back to reading more consistently. And I know that if I rush into it, I'll burn myself out and I won't be able to continue, because that has happened before. So I've slowed it down a bit, looked at all the details of how I want things to be. And now I'm hoping that the roots I put down will bring some stability to the channel, to my project moving forward. You see? So as I'm saying, I am Pisces. That's why I went through my scenario with you. I don't normally talk about me in great detail, but it's just interesting to see how these cards can be interpreted to different situations. Oops. Spirit are now throwing the cards around. So let's see what this passion and pleasure card, what would you want to tell us about? Okay, Spirit, sorry. Wow. Spirit want you to be happy, Pisces. You know, all Pisceans, as far as I can see, have been through a huge, huge journey. You know, it feels like it's been going on for 10 to 15 years, and that is no exaggeration. You will know if you're Pisces, you know, I'm sure you've had a lot of trials and tribulations over the past 10, 15 years. I don't fully understand why, because I don't like to focus on it, to be honest, but I do feel that we're beginning to come out of that energy, and Spirit are intent on you having your passions reignited, you savouring your life. And look at the Sun card. So much light and happiness coming in for you, Pisces. So, you know, and it does begin now. We saw the begin now at the bottom. At the bottom of the deck, I do feel that it is coming in thick and fast, which will be very welcome. I'm sure I'm not the only Pisces to say that. And would you believe, on the bottom of the deck, we have yet another Pentacles card. And I love that grounding energy for us. We have the Knight of Pentacles, who brings in a stable offer, or brings we've already had the Ace, which is the beginning of something stable, but we have the Knight coming in and gifting more stability. For some of you, there will be money coming in, because, you know, Pentacles obviously are financial cards. So for some, you may get a gift of money, you may get someone bringing money in, or the money will come as a reward from whatever it is you've started or you're working on. That is such a different reading for you and for me, Pisces. Such a different reading, but so positive, because it just brings in, as I said, the joyfulness that is coming in, but also that grounding energy, that sort of feeling that, you know, we've got that substantial basis now to actually go and have some fun and to enjoy life after all the trials and tribulations of previous years. Do tell me, if you're Pisces, whether you've been going through trials and tribulations, because, oh my goodness, what a ride this has been. Anyway, I'm going to pull some Moonology and not concentrate on the negative. Let's get back into positivity. Please tell Pisces, oops, that's jumped. Pisces, please, Spirit, let's pull it together. See the bigger picture. Yes, they want us to look at, you know, the whole picture. Let's pick out all the good things from that picture. Let's see how they can contribute to life, because I do think that for a lot of Pisceans, there's been a lot of negativity, as I said, over the past few years. We now need to see the bigger picture, see what opportunities are around, see what we can begin, what we can grasp, what we can enjoy, Pisces. And we need to have the trust and faith that all will be well. You know, after you've been through a long and difficult time and a journey that has had challenges, sometimes you lose trust, don't you, in things ever being any better. But Spirit wants to reassure us right in the middle of this reading that all is going to be well, Pisces. Oh, wow. What was I just saying? What did I just say? Literally, that is what I said. We need to look at the big picture, but we need to focus on the positive things that we can build on. Wow. Is there another one, Spirit, please? There's too many, sorry. Thank you. Gosh, I needed to hear that. It's time to leave the past behind, Pisces. It's time to focus on the positive, have your adventure, take a risk, push yourself forward. Don't settle for less. Leave the past behind, focus on the positive, and let the joy come in. And I just want to show you on the bottom of the deck, we have Know You Are Loved. Love that. Pisces, I want to leave it there for you. Honestly, what an interesting reading. If you did enjoy it, please do drop a like and subscribe, because it really helps me in me building the channel, and I've probably said that already. If you would like a personal reading, either click the QR code in the corner of the screen if you're on a bigger screen. If not, the links will be down below. If you go through onto my Buy Me a Coffee page and click the shop tab, it will show you all the personal readings available at this moment in time. So take care, Pisces. Love this reading for you, and I will speak to you all again really soon. Bye for now.